me set stuff up. Okay. Yes, you do. I just get everything set up though. And now I have to move it all to set it around you. You have clicked something. What did you click? You clicked the control button, right? Is that what you did? So you did something. Are you going to go to one place or another so I can put the keyboard back where I can reach it? I don't know what is different. I haven't figured it out. What are you doing? You're pushing buttons again. I can see you pushing buttons again. There's stuff showing up on the screen here. What'd you do? I don't know what you did. Didn't we level up? Did we level up? We did. I remember saying we did. Wait a minute. I didn't change that. We didn't change that. Hi, Rasky. Yes, I need to use the keyboard. I remember leveling up. Because we did a quest. No, we never did quests. We did a quest. Actually, we did the quest months ago, didn't we? And we just found this guy. I was like, oh yeah. We're supposed to talk to him. And we talked to him, and it updated, and it gave us experience points and stuff, and all of a sudden we... Budget, I suppose, here. Am I gonna have to get up and go fix stuff? I might. I can... Should we wait to start the game until Kit comes back? Usually there's 4 cat boxes. Usually she uses the cat box out in the kitchen. For some reason, there's a cat box in the bathroom there. And there's a cat box in the kitchen. There's one behind the chair. Yes, that was something. I didn't have that on camera. I should have turned the camera on so you could have seen a cat using a cat box. It's ridiculous. Right behind the chair here on the floor, right behind me, there's a cat box because there used to be, I had a cardboard box. It was a case of cat food. So it was like a square cardboard box at the top, I don't know. Big was it? It was like the top 3/4 of it was cut off. So it was this cat box. It was like 2 inches, 3 inches tall, wasn't that tall? And it had cat food in it. So there was this huge stack of cat food behind the chair. It was the only place I had to fit a giant case of cat food at the time I got it. And that was like, I don't know, it must have been a year ago. That was a while ago. Well, I used all of the cans. I planned on getting another case, and I was just gonna put the next box right down into that one. But Rascal saw that box there, and he's like, oh, this is a cat box. It's a cardboard box. So he started using it, and then he wouldn't use the regular cat box anymore. He claimed that that cardboard box was his cat box. So I put cat litter in it, and my intention was, if you have a cat, they're using a box, or they're using an area that's not a box and you want them to use a box, you put a box with cat litter where they're going, and you slowly every day move the cat box over like a foot, and it will eventually, you'll get the cat box across the house and to the room where you want it, they'll eventually go to the bathroom in the correct place. It's a long process, but it works. Well, that's what I was planning to do. It didn't work for Rascal. It's the first time I've had it would work for him. So I was like, you know what? I'll just buy another cat box. I don't mind having a cat box over there and one over there. If he's going to use the cat box instead of something else, I'll give him the cat box. So I got him a regular plastic cat box, and it sits here behind the chair. And he hardly ever uses it once he went back to using the regular cat box. And so I just left it there. Once in a while he'll use it. He uses it like once or twice a week. Was it yesterday or the day before? He always sleeps up on the back of the chair here. You see him up there all the time. That's just one of his spots where he sleeps. Right now he's on my lap. But that's Ben. Is that Ben? Ben's been texting me. Ben gave me his phone. He's got two phones. He gave me his old phone so he could send me texts from his new phone because I don't have a phone. He sent me a picture of... He's refusing to use shampoo. I'm not sure exactly why, but for some reason shampoo is one of the things that has vanished off store shelves. So Ben has bought a case of dishwashing Ajax. What is it? Ajax Super Dish Detergent. To wash his hair instead of shampoo. Since shampoo is not a thing anymore. I have a picture here, Ben just sent me. An update. Oh. Where is he? Cat in the window. There he is. That's what I was looking for. This. When was this? Saturday. I don't know what day it is. What day is it? Today is Tuesday, so this was sent 4 days ago. Saturday's 4 days before Tuesday, right? Is that right? Or am I doing math wrong? Can't do math in my head. I can do math fine if I sit down and do it on paper. I can't do it in my head at all. I don't know why. Anyways. It is mostly back together. In the process of being masked out. It's been over 2 years since I've had my car. And it was damaged that bad. They did over 30,000 in damages to it. Anyways, it is back together. Mostly, and it's almost run in order. It's running and it'll pass inspection at this point. It's not finished. It still has a lot of work to go. But if you didn't know, we're going to be repainting it. So the next step of the process right now, it's been masked out, and the next time you see it, it is going to be all black primer. All the is going to be gone. And, oh, I just saw a picture of a hamster go by. Where'd that go? There's, can you see him? Looking at his cage. He's a white Rex hamster, so he's got like this weird, woolly, curly hair. He's all white except for his ears. His ears have got like spots on them, so his ears are almost black. We've been sitting here 10 minutes, we haven't started again yet. Oh well. That usually happens, doesn't it? Oh, I know why we didn't. Cat boxes. That's what I was saying. Then the phone interrupted me. I didn't finish what I was saying. I often don't finish what I'm saying. That annoys people, because people will be like, I was listening to what you were saying, and you never get to the end of what you were saying. You start talking about something else, and you I do that all the time. If you ever tried to talk to me offline, face-to-face, in person, I talk, that's just how I talk. My brain is... very ADHD, but I don't have ADHD. I've been tested for it. I don't have it. How do you test for it? It's one of those things I'm like, it's not something you can test for. I don't know. Apparently there's something in your blood or something that they can, you know. Hey, look, you've got this in your blood, therefore you have ADHD. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Kid I used to babysit for had ADHD. I've seen people who will be like, I've got ADHD. And I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, I can't sit still. I fidget all the time. That's not the definition of ADHD. It's really not. And they'll be like, I know I have it. And I'll ask, has the doctor diagnosed you with it? And they'll be like, nah, I don't need to go to the doctor to know I have it. Listen, I babysat for a kid who had it, and you can tell the difference if you've seen somebody who has an actual diagnosis of ADHD versus somebody that is just hyper and scatterbrained. There is a difference. You're not going to mistake it. Once you've seen someone who actually has it, you just laugh at all these other people who are like, I know I have it, I self-diagnosed myself. Yeah, go jump off a cliff. I'm tired of self-diagnosis people. You know how many hundreds of self-diagnosed autistics I need at every single autism lecture, workshop, and convention every year. They put their heads so far up their ass they wouldn't know autism if they ever had it hit them in the face. But I'm a fan of Sheldon Cooper. So the hell what? That doesn't make you autistic. Anyways, cat boxes. That cat box in there, it's a bigger cat box. That's the biggest cat box. The other ones are smaller. But this one's, it's like a big multi-cat box, so it's really big. But it's not that tall. It's only like 2 inches tall. And for some reason, when Kit gets in it, she like stands on the edge of it, and it flips it over. Then there's cat litter all over the entire bathroom, in the shower, on top of the toilet seat, everywhere. It just goes everywhere when she does that. Something about the shape of that cat box and how she gets in it, because she doesn't do it with any other cat box. Like I said, there's 4 cat boxes. Anyways, that's why I didn't start the game, because I was like, I may have to turn the ignition on, go fix that, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it today. She doesn't do it every time. Know it when she does it, because you can hear this like clattering sound, and then the sound of like marbles dropping. It's the sound of the, I use a tidy cat. What's it called? It's not the regular tidy cat. It comes in a big bucket. It's like a 10-gallon bucket. It's huge. I can't lift it. I think it's 50 pounds. It's massive thing. But regular tidy cat is like gray clay and it clumps up. And this one that I get, it's more like tiny gray beads. It's like if you do seed bead work. If you're somebody who does bead weaving with seed beads, you know what I'm talking about. If not, look up seed beads. Just the word seed. S-E-A-D, bead. My lungs are acting up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk long. Which has been the problem for the entire year, why I haven't been able to daily stream. It's my lungs are just... Who knows? They got a lot worse this last year. Anyways, it's a different type of tidy cat, and it's like little tiny beads. And so when it scatters around the floor, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like somebody just threw beads everywhere. Anyways, the other day was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, because Ben was here yesterday. That's when he was telling me about the car. Yeah, that's right. Ben was sitting over there talking about the car. And Rascal came over. And he got up here on the back of the chair. He's just sitting there like he's always doing. And I didn't think anything of it. He's just, sitting here. And all of a sudden, Ben's... If you've seen Ben have a panic attack, you know. If you haven't seen Ben have a panic attack... Oh, there's a video I should upload. It used to be on YouTube. I asked him before I put it up, because people were always like, how bad are his panic attacks? They're really bad. really bad. And I asked him before I put it up, I said, can we get this whole thing on video? Can I upload this? People want to know what you do. He's like, okay, I don't care. I never uploaded it on Twitch. I should upload it on Twitch. You can actually see what he does. He starts having a panic attack. The cat's taking a dump. He's screaming and he's having a fit. And I'm like, Rascal was sitting. The cat box is right behind the chair. Rascal's sitting here on the back of the chair with his bum hanging over the end of the chair, going to the bathroom with the cat box down there. The chair is what, like 4.5, almost 5 feet tall? He's up here. The cat box is down there 4 feet away. He's going to the bathroom. Sitting up here on top of the chair. That's a new one. Hi, Rascus. You're the one I was just talking about. Did you hear your name? You are a weird cat. I don't know, would you translate that as him being a stupid cat or a smart cat? Because some type of thinking had to go through his brain to think, hey, let me go up here and see if I can aim at the cat box down there and hit it. Or on the other hand, some type of laziness had to happen to think, hey, there's a cat box down there. I don't have to get up. I'm going to go from up here. He just poked me and ran back up. He'll probably jump up on the back of the chair in a minute. That's what he looks like he's getting ready to do. Yeah. Let's turn the game on. Oh, I think it's small size, isn't it? I'll have to resize it. That's right. And it's like, what, a week? Or more? Since the last video? What day was the last video? Which I didn't upload yet. don't know why. I just didn't do it. There it goes. Takes so long to load. Yep, it is small size. Okay, I thought it was. You know what? Let's load the game, and then we'll change the settings after. Oh, that's right. It kept crashing. I made a whole bunch of save points because of it. Where we left off was like this one, I think. Okay. That's why I didn't bother changing the size yet. We'll wait until the game actually loads. That will fix the size. I started doing it when I added that mod. I can't remember the name of the mod. There's so many mods on here. No. The mouse just decided, I'm going to change monitors and click OBS. Don't click OBS. I'm in trouble. OBS is in here. I had to sit here. Tried to open OBS. And it says, there's an update. It asked me yes or no. Do you want to update now or update later? I said update later. So it closed OBS. So I opened OBS again. Same thing happens again. It won't let me use OBS until after I update it. Then it starts updating 148 updates. So I had to sit here. 1 of 148, 2 of 148. Just okay, 148 updates, great. There we go. Alright, which one? It was the autosaves that were working and the manual saves that weren't last time, right? Is that what we determined? Manual saves were in the house. And the autosaves were just wherever we were when it autosaved, right? And these last ones up here were when I was adding more mods onto the game. So this... No, that's the 12th. This one. This one's where we left off. The 3rd, yeah. Okay, so we got the date right there. It was October 3rd. And then I added mods. I went outside and added mods because there was too many people in the building. I couldn't see what I was doing. I went back inside and saved again. That was yesterday. Oh yeah, okay. I know what happened. I was getting ready to that's what I was just talking about. How did I end up with all these extra saves? Because this was after I had one. Now, I was getting ready to load the game. I loaded the game to make sure that it was going to load and not crash. Then I opened OBS, and I had to wait half the day for OBS. It was like 2 hours updating. So then I went and cooked. And then I went back to bed because I was tired. And I just woke up, I don't know, an hour ago? I don't know what time it was or how long I've been awake. Couldn't pay attention to time. And for some reason, I woke up and I thought it was morning. It's 8. I mean, I don't know if you can see it. It's so small, it's not going to show up on the screen very large up there. But it's 8:34 p.m. I looked at it's dark outside. And I went, huh. Well, I can hear that it's raining. It's raining pretty hard out there. Hard enough so we've probably got flooding happening out there too. We've had a drought, so we likely got flash flood. There's been no rain all summer, and all of a sudden we got rain. But it didn't rain yesterday. It rained like 4 days ago, I think. It's raining again. It's like these massive downpours, thunder showers and stuff. After months of no rain, which means flash flooding is happening. Well, it's just so dark when it rains, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's raining, it's dark out. It says PM right there. My brain completely did not register that the time said PM. So I was thinking it was morning. While I was setting this up and getting OBS and everything, because it just updated so I can get it set up again. And then I really, wait, it's nighttime. Why was I thinking it was morning? But then I realized I was thinking it was morning because I went back to bed. But I went back to bed like noontime. So it was earlier noontime, wasn't it? I don't know what time it was. It was close to sunset anyways when I went back to bed. So for some reason my brain, because, oh, it's getting dark. Yeah, it gets dark at noon here. We're way up north. And it's now winter, so 3 hours of daylight is what we got now. Let's try to load an autosave. Just try to figure out which autosave. Try this one. For some reason, something happened with the save file. And I'm not sure which mod is doing it. It happened, the thing is, if it was a mod that I made, I'd be like, oh, I know that I edited these files over here recently. It's probably one of those. I'll undo the edits and then put each one back in one at a time, see what happens, and then I can fix it. When it's caused by a mod somebody else made, well, I'm not sure what files their mod edits. So I would have to open up their mod and go through their mod, figure out which file is being edited, and take out this file, put that file back in, keep doing it until I find out what's causing the problem. It appears to be something that is editing the autosave, not the autosave, but when you click to save, it appears to be something editing the save function. I don't remember having any mods that said anything about changing the save function, so I can't. Oh yeah, change the size. Now the game's loaded. Let's do that. Where is gameplay? Gameplay, right? No. Video. Graphics. Yes, there it is. Okay, we want not windowed. We want full screen. Full screen. Hairworks on low. Wait, why is Hairworks on low? You shouldn't be. When did that happen? Wait. Did I add a mod that somehow changed that stuff? It would have been a bin file because these menu functions are bin files. I don't remember adding a mod that changed. Oh, I did add a mod that changed bin functions, didn't I? Okay. Are those not going to save? you're taking so much time to do so. There you go. It's just, there was a long delay before the monitor came back on. Alright. You know, I can tell from your Bluetooth if that changed anything. Go stand it next to something so I can see it up close. Oh yeah, that's right. Changed everything. I forgot. Let me see. No, I want to see. Let me zoom in your face. I want to see. There we go. Yeah, no, there's definitely an issue. I'm trying to see your coat. Let's go back and see. Video, graphics. Okay, I want to reload the game, and we did have a specific reason why we were windowing when we reloaded stuff, so let's go back to that. Yes. Okay. Also, that's new. You've not seen that yet. That was one of the mods I just added. One of the feathers off of his feathers here, these feathers are here, he now has one of these feathers in his hair instead of Vivian's feather. Okay, load the game, because I think we need to reload the game in order for that change to take place. That was why we windowed. We've been going 32 minutes and we haven't started the game yet. That's just going to be the way it is today, I guess. Okay. Game. Which one worked? That one worked, right? But then wasn't that the same one that just crashed? Did I click on the same one? I thought I clicked on that one. Isn't that set though? Doesn't it say read only? Can't edit? We're having a mod issue. It's a mod issue that's annoying me enough. Okay, those are still staying on. Why did they go down to begin with? But it looks like it's still an issue. So, wait, can we look at this now? Let me see your coat without zooming on your face. No, you're still having an issue with your coat. I can see the issue still happening. Do we have a mod overwriting another mod, and that's what's causing the issue? That's a possibility. We have texture file crashes like the other day when the KNG Desert mod crashed. Generally don't fix up, but this one is actually, Avallach himself, he's having an issue. I'm not sure it's causing because I have not changed. That's not something that I've changed in what, 10 or 12 months now, probably close to a year or more. So something, you know what, possibly, I know what could be doing it. The HD graphics mod. It could be the HD graphics mod causing it. His code's not loading right, and what you're seeing right now is better quality than vanilla, but it is not the way I had it, which was much better quality than what you see now. So that's an issue. It's an issue that's going to bug me, but let's continue on and try to ignore it. I can see over there that it's loading over there before it's loading over here. That's weird. Okay, now we got full screen again. That's better. But still, an issue with your coat. Not your Camson though. Camson's doing the right one. Is there a file that would overwrite one and not the other? I don't know. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're in Lindenville. Okay. We have Gills with us. We got this nice sunset. It's doing that ring thing again. What causes that? It's got to be a mod causing it, because I've never seen it in the game. I've only seen it since adding the HD Witcher 3 HD reworked graphics version 12. Since updating to 12, that thing with the rings has been showing up since then. So it's gotta be the HD graphic mod causing it. Oberon's with us. I forgot Oberon was with us. Oh my god. We're gonna take him back. And what was we doing? I don't even remember what we was doing. Look at the sunrise stuff. Does the HD
that is precisely
graphic mod change anything about the light? It didn't used to. I haven't gone through to see what all of the mod changes in this new update. So the new one, maybe it does. You have an issue, I see. Well, now I can't see it. I have too close. Okay. Now the rabbits are in the way. Stop moving. There we go. Rabbits are still in the way. Those red stripes aren't supposed to be red. You know what? You guys shouldn't be sleeping with candles on. That's dangerous, especially at the foot of your bed. Why have candles at the foot of your bed? Why is there a candle at the foot of your bed? Knock it over in your seat, burn your house out. What's wrong with these people?
Did you know?
And turn your lights out. You should be sleeping with lights on like this. No. That's dangerous. Yes, this guy's over here watching his candle. Who found one? Okay. I have no idea why we went in that building. The only major mod that would do anything with graphics that was recently changed was I updated to version 12 of HD reworked graphics. So it has to be that causing that thing with the rings in the light. And it has to be that's caused whatever it's caused. It's the stitching on his coat, which was beside the building. You should be able to zoom in on it. Yeah, the stitching on his coat. You can't see the stitching highlighted anymore. Which is the...
Avallach. Get out of my way.
what's that file called? The red cloth. That's the red cloth file. Okay, this is where we saved. Did we go back to before we looted this? I don't know. Let's go find out. This is where we left off. We came in here. There's nothing to loot in here, right? Okay.
Oh,
Nothing to loot in here. We came in here to loot, and we stopped and saved. And this is Lindenville. What is near Lindenville? I can't remember. Not far from Mulberrydale and Devil's Pit. What's the other way? Lurch, Dragon Slayers, I need. Where's my paper? Oh. Ben was here. I remember. I was going to just reach. I have a pad of paper here. It's not here. I was just going to reach and pick it up, and it wasn't there. I was like, where did that go? Oh no, it's right there. It's always right there. It's always right there. I use it. I constantly use it. It's my last one. I'm going to get more paper. I buy paper at Staples by the case. You can get these notepads, and you can get like a case of 100 of them. The case used to have 144 in it, and now it's got like 88 in it. It's like the same price it's always been, but the case has less in them, something like that. I think it's 88 in them now. I don't know why 88. It used to be 144. But I always get these big cases of paper. But yeah, I remember because okay, there's the pen. I remember Ben wanted to know. He said, I need some paper, and he's, where's the pen? And then he put the pen in his pocket, and it was gonna leave with it. Because I'm an author, I write all the time. I have so many pens, and they're all gone. Because every time Ben comes over, he writes something down. He'll be like, oh, I gotta write that down. He has Alzheimer's, so he has to write stuff down. If he doesn't write it down, by the time he's got to the other side of the house, he's forgotten it. So if he writes it down, and then he goes to the other side of the house, he's like, I went to the kitchen because this is what I was going to do. Now I know. If you've never known somebody with Alzheimer's, it's hell to live with. You can see he's trying to live like he doesn't have it, but the stuff he has to do just to get from 1 hour to the next and not forget everything he did an hour ago. It's terrible. So that's why I've got to write this down before I forget. So he was writing stuff down. He had, I don't know where he put it. But because he always does that, he always ends up taking my pens also. He'll put the pen in his pocket and he'll leave with it, and then I'll be like, the next day, I can't find my pen. I think you took it when you left. And he's like, I did not steal your pen. And I'm like, I didn't say you stole my pen. I have hundreds of pens, and I'm down to one pen. He's taking my pen. He doesn't realize he's doing it. He's so absent-minded. People who contact me. Most people on Twitch don't know Ben well, other than what they see here. When he's on stream, which he often is. If you remember me from Squidoo, somebody who's been following me way back to Squidoo, or even MySpace, which is further back, knows Ben from there. I've had people who were from Squidoo who would then follow me on Twitch, and then they'll see or hear Ben in the background, and they're like, oh my god. Is that really him? Yeah, that's him. What the hell? Why did you take him back? You spent so many years trying to get away from that guy. You did. This is a lot of his back. Paper. But the Alzheimer's is a large part of why I took him back. He kind of can't function on his own. And he doesn't remember anything he did. So he'll be like, why are you mad at me because of this? Why not? I was mad at you 40 years ago because of that. He doesn't remember 40 years ago. Alright, we need to write down names of towns. Larch. Dragon Slayers. Grotto. Reardon Manor. Darius? Is it big enough? Yeah. No, it's on the map. We'll do it. There is. If you're wondering what I'm doing, you haven't been on following my latest updates. We are. I don't really have a reason for doing it. It's just, hey, here's a thing to do. I'm going to do that. So now we're doing it. It was just an idea I had. I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm making a webpage for every single town in the game. When I first started, I did a webpage for each map. So, Velen, Skellige, White Orchard, that. And then I was like, well, then Novengard's different from Velen, even though it's the same map. And then, well, Oxenford's different from Velen, even though that's the same map. And 81 of them so far. I have made 81 of these web pages so far. And they all have, minimum so far, all of them have at least 300 screenshots just from that town. 80 of them so far. I was looking yesterday to see how many of these have I made now. I've been making them all summer. I was looking, how many did I make? And I was counting them. I was like, I made 80 of them. Really? Wow. We already did Crookback Bog, right? We can, I don't need to write down. We can make more. Ruined Tower, Ancient Oak. Neither of them have much. Maybe do that in one page. I don't know. going to call that Bandit Camp Island so I can actually remember which bandit camp it is. Bandit Camp Island. Velen. Bandit Camp Island. That's better. Now I'll remember it. Droog is where we got our friendly dog. That's the town where you pick up friendly dog if you do that quest. I've seen so many people not do that quest. It's one of those quests. Probably 90% of people who play this game completely miss that quest. And we started this playthrough. It was like, you know what? We're gonna go get that dog. It was one of the very first quests we did as soon as we got to Velen, and I couldn't remember where it was. We just were running at random all over Velen until a pack of wolves attacked us, and I was like, there it is. That's what we were looking for. That's the quest we wanted. Boatmaker's hut. Clay witch. Crow's. Oh, we needed. I need to find out how to spell Dvenheim. No, we already have Crow's Perch. I already made Crow's Perch. I just didn't publish it yet. Okay. Oh, Nilfgaardian campers. Bald Mountain. Did I make? I didn't make a Bald Mountain yet, did I? No. Bald Mountain. Leon's Grove. I'm probably saying that wrong. Paulina? Destroyed Bastion. So what we need to do, I know this is probably boring for you guys to watch, but when are any of my streams not boring for you guys to watch? I mean, look at how many people complain about, are you ever going to stop looting? Are you ever going to stop swimming? When are you going to do a quest? I haven't done a quest since 2018. This playthrough has been going since 2018. We started this playthrough May 13, 2018. So, it's now October 13, 2020. It's almost 3 years since we started this playthrough. And most people play this game in about 2.5 weeks if they do daily streams of 4 or 5 hours a day. So, yeah. I don't know. It amazes me the things people find to complain about, because if you think it's boring, why are you here complaining and bitching? You can leave and go watch something else. I don't get it. There's never been a point in my, almost 12 years of watching Twitch. I've been watching Twitch since it was Justin TV. It was, how long ago was that? I don't remember what year it was when I started watching Twitch. It was close to 12 years ago. And I watch it every day. I have that whole time. And I watch YouTube streams all the time, too, every day. I've always got somebody's stream, either on YouTube or Twitch, playing on this monitor over here while I'm doing my writing and editing, mod making and code working and building websites and whatever else I am doing that day on this monitor over here. I've always got a stream playing in the background, and I have for years. Streaming started in 2004. I've done that since 2004. There's never been a time, ever, where it ever occurred to my brain to be, oh, I don't like this stream. I'm gonna bitch and moan and post all kinds of hate in their chat. If I get bored with a stream or I don't like it, I just close that stream and look for a different one to watch. I would have assumed that most people did that, but human nature is to be evil, I guess. Kinbolt. Wait, that's the one. That's the one. I couldn't remember the name of it. Because I was saying, we did a whole week's worth of streams where we were just there. There are so many flowers there, and I started picking flowers, and we get stuck picking flowers. As I can't remember the name of that place. I've got tons of screenshots of there we can upload. I just couldn't remember the name of it to make a page. Roof Guardian Army Group Center. Is that the full name? Camp. Yep. I always spell Milf Guardian wrong. It's got 2 A's. Guardian. Why is it 2 A's instead of a U-A? Doesn't it seem logical? It should be a U-A, not 2 A's. That's how I always spell it. I always end up spelling it with a U, and then it's like, wait a minute, no, I know I'm spelling it right. Center Camp. Oh, it's that long name. Okay, and there's nothing lower than that, right? Nothing lower. Okay. Grotto and Marauders Bridge. Grotto. You know what? I better put Vellum Grotto because there's also a Skellige Grotto. Ferry Station, that's the other one I couldn't remember the name of. I knew I got lots of screenshots of that one. Stonecutters Settlement, we just did that. I included that in the Devil's Pit. I was like, you know what, there's not enough at the Stonecutters Settlement to be separate, there's not enough at the Devil's Pit to be separate, so I put them both separate. Ooh, there's 2 called the Crossroads? Wait a minute. Wait. Ah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna put Crossroads at Crookback Rock. Please go Crookback. 2 O's. Okay. And then, where are you? Crossroads. Oh, it's the Squire. I can't remember how to spell Squire Town. Did we do Aramis Manor yet? You know what? I don't remember. How far away is that one? We hardly ever go to that side of the map. We should go over there. I don't know what we're doing yet today. I'm just writing these things down because oh yeah, I put the Codger's Quarry and the Devil's Pit all together. I might want to end up separating them out, but there were so tiny areas. There wasn't enough to get screenshots of. White Eagle Fort. Hindhold, Border Post. I just ran out of lines on my paper. I just spelled that wrong also. Wait a minute. Yeah, I spelled that wrong. Okay, what is... What is that other one? Ah, that's it. Lorn Rock. How do you say that? Lorn Rock Castle. I have a lot of screenshots of that already. Happy feeding ground. Should we put isolated shack and abandoned town with tower with Heatherton? Since all three of them are fairly small, I think we should. In at the crossroads. Where did I just say I wanted to go? I forgot already. Oh, Aramis's Manor. Let's see if we did the quest there. I don't remember. Where are we? We're in Lindenvale. Okay, so where do we want to go? Lindenvale. There's a bridge right behind us that goes back to Mulgrydale. So we would want to head to Oxenford. Is that Oxenford? Not Fort? How do you say that? I think you're right. When was the last time I heard somebody say that? Alright. We figured out where we wanted to go. It took us, what, half hour? That bridge I just said we wanted to go across over that way, right? Yes. I think so. Let's face this way and look at the map. I'd like to not go halfway around the map and then find out we went the wrong way. No, we are in exactly the right direction. We usually aren't. Wow, sun glare in my eye. Wasn't there loot up here that we didn't loot yet, like on the edge of the water somewhere? Or am I thinking in the wrong place? No, I think I'm thinking of a different place. There's a body there. There is loot here. It's not the loot I was thinking of. I was thinking there's like a little tiny broken pier somewhere that I'm thinking of. I'm looking around somewhere. Come on. Not the shadows we got for those trees.
The passage is here, past this wall.
There's a fight going on. I don't know where. On Discord somewhere, but I don't use Discord, so who knows? Sun glare again. Can't loot this horse, can you? Some of the dead, yeah, you can. Okay, some of the dead horses are lootable and some of them aren't. And I see some flowers in this. Let's go back and get those while our horse stands there. And I can't see again. We are at the wrong time of, what is it? It's 4 a.m. The sun come up at 4 a.m. Poland is very far north. They use Polish hours for how long the day is versus how long the night is for this. So the daylight, it has this. The game is set to have 14 hours of daylight. That's the way it's set. Because they have 14 hours of daylight in Poland. I was like, did you really have that long a day? Because I said they're really far north, so I would assume they had daylight hours like we did, where you have 3 hours of daylight and then lots of darkness. We are apparently much farther north than Poland. They got 14 hours of daylight. But I looked it up to see, was that accurate? Does Poland really have 14 hours of daylight? Why is our skull at that? Yeah, Poland is 14 hours of daylight. They did make the daylight hours accurate to Poland. This game, I hear so many people when they play this game. It amazes me how few people know anything about the history of the Witcher series at all. Right, totally nothing.
Where are my clothes?
I went into the game blind, not knowing the story of the game. But I did know the Witcher series, and I was familiar with it. I hadn't read the novels yet, but I knew the basic background of it. I don't know, it amazes me how many people don't have any type of literary anything in their heads. I suppose that's the advantage of never having gone to school. Because that seems to be the problem. It's like people who went to school, they went to school because, let's go make friends and socialize and yap, and who the hell cares about education? And I never had an option to go to school. It was not something that was even allowed. There's a tree change. The graphics for that tree has changed, isn't it? Being sidetracked. But I was 37. I thought I saw something live there. It was this pile of rocks, I guess. It looked like there was a pile of.
I know. So she wrote it as well. But that is not my case.
Let's go look at this tree.
You eliminated Imlerith adeptly. So adeptly, you might say.
We're still trying to figure out what exactly has the new version of the HD graphics mod changed. Because it's a lot bigger. It's like almost twice as big. The physical file size of version 12 from version 11, it's almost twice as big. It is massively huge. So it edits a lot of stuff now that it didn't used to. The texture file. The texture file folder that was included in it, it's just huge. Anyways, I was 37 when I started night school and got GED. I was 8 the first time I read Webster's Dictionary.
See that?
And I was also 8 the first time I read the Funkin' Wagner Encyclopedia. I was 9 when I read the World Encyclopedia. And I was 12 when I read the Encyclopedia Britannica. I'd read the Bible 31 times by the time I was 12. And starting from the age of 9, I had to take 100
So I must
sentences.
believe equal effort into preparing this lie.
I had to take 100 sentences every day and diagram them. And they were from stuff like the Greek lexicon and stuff. I read the Greek lexicon when I was 10. Diagrammed 100 sentences every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, from the time I was 9 until the time I was 16. That allowed me to eat as often as once every 12 days. That was the requirement to be allowed to have food that often. There goes that sunlight again. Look at that. Yeah, we are ready to drop down to Daisy. We are kind of getting far away from our horse. We should probably head back to our horse and bring our horse with us. You have no loot. Are you the same dead horse we just had? You're not, are you? No, because you're missing your head. Your head's... Is it missing its head or is it clipping through the ground? It's clipping through the ground. The other horse is the ground, right? Was there a quest here where we killed some type of a boss fight animal or something? Is that why there's all these dead horses here? I can't see again. Lights in my eye. Oh, we were going over to look at that tree. I want to look at that tree. The trees appear to have a new... It's not just a new texture file. They appear to have a new 3D model. The whole mesh file and everything appears to be changed.
Treating your body like a side of pork.
Where did you leave our horse? I don't see it. Oh, there you are. We left you further over than I thought we did. Or, we walked further away from you than I thought we did. Yeah, you definitely got a new texture file. And I'm pretty sure you got a new 3D model, too. Lindenvale's one of our regular towns. We come here to Lindenvale almost every week. So we know these trees pretty well. These are our regular trees. We go here to loot all the time. The blacksmith that we... do we have stuff to sell? Wait, we've looted enough... Yeah, we have stuff to sell. You know what, let's run back to the blacksmith. Oh, well, he wouldn't be up yet, right? No, he wouldn't be up yet. That's why we didn't. Okay. Is that the bridge we wanted? Wait. That's a bridge. Aim this way. We're aimed at a bridge. That is the bridge we wanted. Okay. What's that house over there? I remember. Let's go find out. Oh, okay. I know it's. You probably have loot though, right? Yeah, there's a quest house. That's why it ain't on the map yet. It won't show up on the map unless we do the quest. We do have loot, alright? We're gonna get loot. Yeah, the blacks. You got gold plate? Why you got gold plate? You should have gold plate. What's your loot tag, Daz, that you have gold plates? This should be fisherman hut loot, wharf loot, harbor loot, or dock loot. Isn't there loot under the water here too?
You can come out now.
What? Yeah, she says that right around the corner from here. That's the quest. That quest with Siri. I noticed when what was that thing? Vilgasaur scale. Okay, that's a mod. That is. We're going to jump into water because I thought there was loot under the water here. So, oh, buckthorn. Is that what I'm thinking of? Maybe. I knew we come under the water here. This one of our regular places we go under the water. It was probably for buckthorn. You can tell how long it's been since I've played the game if I've forgotten stuff. Well, now we're swimming. we may not do anything else the rest of the day. I like swimming in this game. That's one of the really common questions too. Is how do you not get bored with swimming all the time? I don't know. I find swimming in this game to be relaxing, so we just... Ah, there is something under the water. There's... It's glowing? Is there a wraith? There aren't wraiths under the water. Is that the dock I was thinking of over there? Wait a minute, come out of water. No, I don't think so. But why is this glowing? Is it just glowing because of the way the light's hitting it? Did I miss that? Did I don't know if I looted this, picked this out. Plants are not loot. I don't know why I keep saying, yeah, it's glowing green. Why are you glowing green? I think it's just because of the way the sunrise is hitting it, right? You are a new 3D model. You're not just a new texture file. You are a whole new 3D model. That is a completely new 3D model. That's actually really good. That means they made a fully new 3D model. They didn't just make a texture file, which I realized very quickly that they did that. This one is too. Look at that. They did a really good job on that. That's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's the one that made this mod. That's something I've been complaining about ever since the first time I played this game. In fact, back in my very first vanilla playthrough, was the dead bodies under the water. They don't look like dead bodies. They put so much detail into everything else in the game, and then the dead bodies under the water were like an afterthought. It was almost like they're like, well, people are hardly ever going to go under the water, it doesn't matter, so we're not going to put the work in. But wow, this is an improvement by a lot. This is a huge improvement. You can see that it's not vanilla graphics to the game. You can tell it's not vanilla graphics to the game because it is so different. But it's a whole new 3D model. It's not just a new texture file. I guess it's a good thing we came under here. We wouldn't have known that because those are underwater only. You're not going to see those above ground. That means most people who use this mod are never going to see these because most people don't swim in the game. That's the bridge we were aiming at, right? Or is it a different one? There's more than one bridge. There's 3 bridges here, right? All 3 of them will get us where we're going, so it doesn't matter which one we go across, but I don't know which one this is. If we've turned ourselves around quite a lot, or if we're actually at the right bridge. The other thing is I like water. We live right on the beach. I grew up right here on the beach where we are. So I've always just beach. And the river delta into the beach is right there. When you go outside, it's about 30 feet away. That window that you can see, you go straight from that window and walk about 30 feet, the river's right there. Which is why earlier I was just talking about flooding being a problem, because flooding is a problem here. We've never had to evacuate, however, that is sometimes an issue. Most people will evacuate if a hurricane comes. We don't very often get a hurricane that does a lot of flooding issues. Usually by the time a hurricane hits us, usually it has already downgraded to a tropical storm. And usually the thing that gets us is the extreme amount of wind and lightning damage. It's usually not flooding damage that's a problem. Wait. What did I say? Is it purple flower? What did I say? Purple flower, that's what I said. Okay. If I saw buckthorn over there, I missed. You know me, how much it annoys and irritates me if we swim by something and didn't pick it up. Hey, you've seen how bad it gets sometimes too. We'll be like miles away on the other side of the map, and my mind is like, you know what, we gotta go back. We missed a flower back there 10 miles ago. So for some reason that is glowing green, and it's doing it from this angle as well. That's weird. I wonder if it's a side effect of that mod changing the 3D model, and that 3D model is elsewhere above ground where a wraith would come out of it, and then it would have to glow green like that. And so for that reason it glows green, even though here it doesn't have a wraith come out of it. I don't know. or if we come at a different time of day and it doesn't do that, and it is just actually a issue of the light. Where did we come into the water? We came into the water where the fishing net thing was. Where'd that go? Couldn't we see that from here? Wasn't it over there? Is that it? Can I see it? It's that thing right there, right? We came through that side, so we want to go this side to see if there's any more bucks. Because, like I was just saying, I hate me some bucks. Buckthorn sells for so much. If you get the right person, there's only a couple of people. Most people only pay like 10 crowns for it. But there's a couple of people that pay 70 crowns for it. So if you pick a lot of it and save it, you can get a lot of money. That's how we got our 142 million crowns. Mostly picking buckthorn and selling cowhide. Cows don't spawn in the game anymore. They're nowhere. The game has a, what would you call it? A cooldown feature. You're thirsty. You're in the water and you're thirsty. Also, you notice we never have to go up for air. He's just able to stand under the water. That was a thing Avallach could do in the novels. For some reason that we're never given an explanation for, because why would Andrzej Sapkowski think the reader needed to know something like, hey, that guy can breathe underwater indefinitely. Why? Who the hell cares? I'm not going to tell you. So we don't know why he can do it, but Avallach can swim under the water. He doesn't need to come up for air. We don't know why. That's just a thing he can do. So I made a mod so he could do that. Normally you can be down, I think it's 20 seconds, and you start having trouble, and you can die rather quickly from drowning in this game. And you can't go down extremely deep either. There's a depth limit. So normally in the vanilla game, you swim down, and then all of a sudden it's like you can't go any further. There's like a physical wall, and you hit it and it bounces you up. And so you notice it when you're playing the game. I don't know if you're as a viewer and you're not playing the game, if you'd notice it that much, because it would look like the person was like swimming down and then they swam back up. But when you're playing the game, it's like there's a physical glass wall there, and you go down and hit it and it bounces you back up, and you hit it and it bounces you back up. I removed that. So we're going down a lot deeper than you're able to go in the vanilla game, which these rivers you can hit the bottom of, no problem. But when you get in Skelliger and you get out in the ocean, you can't go down. Oh, it's like 30 or 40 feet. It's not that far. I found a file for it, and I changed it. I think it was 30 feet it allowed you to go down, and I changed it to like 3,000 feet or something, which is way beyond how many feet there even are in the game below water. So it allows you to go all the way down to the bottom, even in the ocean. But the vanilla game, Geralt can't swim very long, and he can't go down very deep, even with Killer Whale. When you're using Killer Whale. Also in the files there are 3 Killer Whales. Killer Whale and then an upgrade and then another upgrade. Is it enhanced and superior, right? But in the game, when you're playing the game, Killer Whale is just Killer Whale. It doesn't have upgrades. But they made files in the game for there to, originally it was intended to be upgraded. So there's 3 different types in the game, but the enhanced and superior are deactivated. And we've got a long distance, haven't we? We're just following the trail of buckthorn. We have no need to be picking buckthorn for money either. As I pointed out, we gathered up 142 million. Is that what I just said it was? What it was already? Yeah. We have 142,466,6,056 coins. Crowns. So we have no need to be picking these for money, but picking buckthorn is how we made that money. Picking buckthorn and killing cows and selling cowhides. We started that way back. Oh, that was like over a year ago now, wasn't it? 'Cause wasn't it last August 2019? Is that when we did that? I think it was, because it was near my birthday. My birthday's August 13th. It was like the same week of my birthday that we did it. It was, I keep seeing people, but there was this one guy, I don't remember who it was now. I watched so many streamers play this game. Unless you stood out for some reason while you were playing the game, I forget who you were, I don't remember who did what. And I remember this one streamer, I can't remember who it was, but I remember it's a common thing. You see a lot of streamers do it, but this guy went really overboard on it. Did we actually reach the end of the water? We actually reached the end of the water. Where are we? Let's service and see, where are we? We're back near Lindenfield, right? Drowners everywhere. Oh, are we at the Marauders Bridge? No. In at the crossroads? Is that in at the crossroads? Wrong button. We're at the inn at the crossroads. Where did we leave our horse? We left our horse all the way back there. Okay. Oh boy, we swam the wrong way. We were supposed to be swimming this way. So that was the bridge we wanted, and we swam away from it. Okay. Do we want to go kill drowners? That's the drowner dog field where there are drowners and dogs to attack us when you go to fight the drowners. All of a sudden, these wild dogs come running down from the field over there and attack you at the same time. That's a lot of drowners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 drowners. It's usually 3. Well, I'm gonna keep picking stuff. But yeah, you see people when they're playing the game, and they'll be like, "It is so hard to make money in this game," and I'm like, "How is it hard to make money in this game?" But they'll say that. On the other hand, you will also see people who have played the game before, and they're like on their second or third playthrough, and they'll be like, "It is so damn easy to make money in this game. I wish there was a mod to make it harder to make money in this game." There is, and I'm actually using it. Not only have I made 142 million crowns very easily, but I also did it with that mod that made it even harder to make money in this game. And there was this one guy, he was having a fit. I don't know why he was playing the game. He obviously hated it. I mean, that was clear. He hated this game so much. You could see that right from the beginning when he first started playing it. He was in White Orchard doing the whole White Orchard tutorial. And people in his chat, he kept asking, "How much longer is this going to go on? How much longer is this going to go on? How much longer is this going to go on?" He's about 10 hours into the game. People in his chat were telling him, "White Orchard's the tutorial. You have not even started the game yet. Until you have left White Orchard and gone into Velen, you have not yet started the game. And he kept saying, "Oh yeah, you're just debating me. You're all trolling me." Well, finally, him and Vesemir kill the Griffin. Yennefer shows up. They leave, and he does the whole thing with Yennefer. Then he gets to White Orchard. He leaves White Orchard, gets to Velen. And so he sees the full map for the first time. Because that's when the tutorial ends and it opens up and says, "Hey, here's your map." And he's like, "Oh my god, you guys were trolling me. That really was just a tutorial. It took me 30 hours to do the fucking tutorial." And he's going on, "Yeah, the tutorial for this game is 30 hours long. That is the tutorial." If you play without doing any open world stuff, if you just play the game and do all of the quests, it takes 200 hours to get through this game. If you want to do absolutely everything like I'm doing with this playthrough, you can see we're closing in on 3 years now. How many hours do we have? We can find out. It tells us how many hours we have in this playthrough. We have 1,699 hours in this playthrough yet, and we have not yet started the main story. We haven't even started looking for Ciri yet. We're just doing the side quests and exploring the world, looking for loot and random monsters. And we've got 1,699 hours. This is my 11th playthrough. On a different save file, I've also got my 12th playthrough started. I have close to 10,000 hours in this game. We will cross 10,000 hours probably in February.
What then?
You can tell I play this game a
War for revolution and proclaim Avallach our new king.
lot. Avallach is a king. That's what I never understood that part. Why would Gil say that? Avallach already is a king. He's the king of Avallach. Avallach is the king of Avallach. The game never tells you that. So that's information from the novels. But he's the king of Avallach. Oberon was the older king who lived in Tir Naliar. Oberon, where are you? There you are. Over there. Not looking like you because, we changed you. There he is. That's Oberon. I dressed him up more. I put more clothes on him. It was annoying me that we were told he wore long red robes and a big fur coat, and he had all kinds of weapons hanging all over him and stuff. And we got a very good description of what he looked like in the novels, and he didn't look like that in the game. And I was like, okay, we're gonna make him look as close to what he did in the novels. I want him like he was in the novels. So there he is, as close to what I was able to make him look like in the novels in about the hour it took me to make that mod. That was a very quickly thrown together mod just to end my annoyance that he didn't look right in the game. I'll probably make a better mod later. As I said, I threw that thing together in about an hour or so. Didn't put a lot of work into it. I just, in the time I had, that was what I came up with. Oberon's not a character that I'm interested in enough to put a huge amount of work into him. Alright, like this one that Gels is wearing, which isn't that much different from Gels' vanilla outfit. That one took me a few days to put that together because I actually spent more time with it, and it is the same coat. They are wearing the same fur coat. But it has less stuff on it, but it looks better. It came out better, and I did a lot more changes in the fur. The detail work of the fur. I did actual changes to the files. I changed the loads, I changed the level of detail, the the draw distance. A lot of people think level of detail and draw distance are the same thing, and they're not. There are two separate files. There is a level of detail file, which is the LOD, the load file, and then there is a draw distance file, which is completely different. There's also a detail power file. most games, those 3 names do all mean the same thing. Not in this game. They are 3 individual separate files for each and every single graphic in the game. Every mesh file has its own set of those files.
True, but she also needs training. She must learn to control her abilities.
Also, Oberon and Avallach are way too short in the vanilla game. They should both be quite a bit taller than Gills, because Gills is too short as well. Gills is a game-only character. Gills, in the height that they are in the game, Avallach is 5'6". Oberon is also 5'6". Gills is 7'1". Geralt is 5'10". And in the novels, we get 2 different descriptions of how tall Avallach is. One, because apparently the author can't remember what he wrote from one chapter to the next. In one description, we are told Avallach is 7 feet 3 inches. 7 feet 3 inches. In one description, we are told he is 7 feet 3 inches tall. And then about 14 chapters later, we're given another description of Avallach that tells us he's 11 feet 9 inches tall. And if you're wondering how tall that is in the game, there is a character 11 feet tall in the game. But I can find him. He's not a biped, is he? Is he? I don't think so. No. It's an odd grid, right? Yes, there he is. I'm not going to be able to.
Avallach told me of beings who commune
Yeah.
with elves.
We can't. Well, we got all these other characters with us because he keeps hitting him. Ow, stop it. There we go. Other. Wait, can we spawn you in as an other? We're an other, right? Other. Okay, spawn him in as an other.
You don't really expect me to confess my feelings.
Yes, we do. Confess your feelings on the place in novels. That's 11 feet tall. He is how tall Avallach should be in the game. Avallach's huge. That character in the game is the size Avallach was in the novels. He was able to pick Ciri up and set her on his shoulder like she was a little doll. Avallach was massively huge in the novels.
Ice. Rishamba. Will you let us in?
Is his blood blue? Ow. His blood's red. Where's the blue blood coming from? Who's bleeding blue blood? Oh, we're dying. Wait. We need to fix that. Should pay attention to your health. Keep forgetting. Poor Gills. Gills is dead now. Okay. And Eridan was the same height as Avallach in the novels. Ciri assumed that Eridan and Avallach were brothers. Eridan addressed Avallach as brother. That's what he called him. He would walk over, hello, brother. He addressed Avallach as brother, as Ciri assumed that they were brothers. The way you see them interacting in the novels, it does kind of look like they were. But you can see the massive amount of difference between the height of that and the height of Avallach. And that is how tall Avallach should be. That character is 11 feet tall in the game. And 11 feet tall is how tall Avallach was in the novels. So it's a little bit ridiculous that the game has him 5'6". He's not only human size, he's the size of a rather small human. Did the Panthers run over there and kill all those drowners? There's no drowners over there. We were on our way over to those drowners a little while ago. They did, didn't they? The drowners are gone. Yeah, there's all the loot for 'em. Okay. Our Panthers killed the drowners while we were over there not paying attention. Is Ciri's hair glitching? Hug Ciri. No, hug Ciri.
Ciri. Ziren. Can you hear me?
Where are my clothes?
I can't tell. There's too many shadows. I think it's not. It was just an effect from the way the light was hitting it. Yeah, it's not glitching out. Okay.
Come, let's go.
All right. We'll talk later.
Well, now we're without Gels. Gels died back there. We should switch out to have companions. Because we're done with Arboron. Gils is floating his way across the river over there. Oh, poor Gils. There he is. Oh, I found a file. I forgot what it was. I found a file and I was like, huh. I bet this is why Gels T-poses. Did he vanish? He vanished. Okay. There was a, what character was it? I can't remember what character I was looking at now. But I was looking at their file and I was like, wait, this character T-poses. This file sounds like that is what causes them to T-pose. I wonder, does Gels have that? And if I remove that, would Gels then no longer T-pose? Would he have a ragdoll like he's supposed to? Because he has a ragdoll. You go into his file, and it's right there. He has a ragdoll. He shouldn't T-pose. Ragdoll is what causes everybody to either explode or flop around dead on the ground instead of T-posing. Gels T-posing. Are you over here T-posing as well, or you're just... No, you're just standing there. Okay. You have no loot for us? You have no loot for us. And we got all the loot that was in the water. And we left our horse way, way, way back there. It's stupid that we can just call our horse whoever knows where we happen to be, and all of a sudden our horse magically appears. And based off the stuff we were told about Avallach in the probably could do that. And he did do things that indicated he should be able to do that. But we never saw him get away from his horse. He always had his horse. Why does he not have his horse in the game? He always had his horse in the novels. Except for the one scene where he
After
had
that
the
garden
knockers.
event, I believe I deserve it.
And that scene contradicts what we're later told. But that's what I keep saying. It contradicts everything. Everything that we're told in this scene. It's like Andrzej Sapkowski completely forgot everything he said, and now over here, everything's different. This scene, Avallach's 7 feet tall. And he's got people who are his servants sitting there drinking vodka. And then over this scene over here, 14 chapters later, he's 11 feet tall, and he's having a meltdown because he doesn't allow alcohol near him. He turns all the alcohol into bubble solution, and King Oberon is sitting there with his pipe blowing bubbles. Mad because Avallach just turned all the alcohol into bubbles. Because that's the type of mage he is in the novels. He turns things into bubbles. The novels are strange. That's another thing. In the game, the monsters are just like shambling, mindless beasts. And you see the drowners all just shambling, mindless beasts. In the novels, the monsters lived in houses. And they were like the Munsters in the Addams Family. They had houses and they had parties and they got together and they invited humans over to talk to them, and Carol went to their houses and they talked and they had conversations. Archosaurs and Echinops. Good, an Archosaur or Echinops is. We can spawn one in. We'll probably die. We should save first. Save the game. Okay. Now we spawn one in. That blood can't survive them well. They're blood and wine, right? Or they hearts?
Rummaging through his papers.
No, blood and wine. Enemy cursed, right? Cursed. Wait, are we fit? Wait. Other. We want other. Organized. Organized. DLC. Bob. There we go. Characters. Monsters. What's attacking us? Something's attacking us. Everybody just turned to attack and our warning thing came on. Okay, well, we'll get... normal? Archosaurs, Echinops. Okay. There. Fire shield works really good. We just get hit by an Archosaur and we're still alive. But that is an Archosaur and an Echinops, a mindless, shambling beast in the game. In the novels, they lived in houses and they sat there and had full, chapter-long conversations with Geralt. Here, let me go cook you my tea. Its long tentacles go across the room and put pot of water on the stove, because it has one of those, while it's talking to Geralt. And with its other tentacle, it's over here lighting the candles. How many candles do you want me to light? Is the light bright enough? Does what you see at the cave look like it would do that? And Avallach kept them as pets. He had Archosaurs. He raised Archosaurs in the novels. And he kept them as pets. He had them all around him everywhere he went. He had these Archosaurs that just followed him around. there's so much in the game that is so different from the novels. The monsters is probably one of the biggest changes. The monsters in the game are just mindless, shambling beasts that you have no reason to not kill. I mean, they're coming after you and attacking, and they weren't like that in the game, in the novels. They weren't like that at all in the novels. They had families, they lived in houses, they went on trips, they had vacations. They were more human than the humans. I said they were like the Addams family and the monsters. They were nothing like what you see in the game. None of the monsters. Okay. Where did we left our horse that way, right? Look back and get our horse. Should we stand the road? Would our boat stand the road?
Exquisite irony, but what did I do to this? Have I given you cause to doubt my intentions?
You've fallen apart. I can see you falling apart. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know. But that's a mesh file error. And that's a vanilla error. You see it in the vanilla game as well. You know what? I don't remember this box being here. We just stumbled across this at random. I don't think we've ever found this box ever before in any playthrough. I don't remember there being a box there. Which is kind of the goal of this playthrough. To just cover every inch of every map and find things like that. That is what we're doing. That was what I set out to do when I started this playthrough. That's what I wanted to do. Just cover every single inch of this game and find everything there is to find in this game anywhere. Because there's so many hidden things to find in the game. The game developers put them there. We're going to look for them. It's been going on for almost 1,700 hours. I did loot up there. No, those aren't the ones I'm thinking of, are they? Let's go check. I think they're the wrong ones. Here, come on. Somewhere there's some hanged men just like that on posts in the middle of nowhere. And down around the bottom of them there's like a pile of loot bags and crates and stuff. Yeah, this ain't that one. It's in Felon somewhere. I don't know where. We getting fatigued? We can still go a ways. Where's there a place to meditate around here? He's going to meditate. Houses up there. Are we almost back to Lindenvale? Where are we? Let's see. Mulberrydale. Okay, that's Mulberrydale also. There's plants on the map?
For example, one such passage will open soon near where
It shows a plant on either side of us.
between this noble edifice and the butcher's yard.
Is it that? No. Probably this is the closest plant I'm seeing. That looked further away than the map was showing. Yeah, I think it was that. What's in Mulberrydale? Yeah, Mulberrydale has a place we can stop and meditate. There isn't a place to meditate where our horse is there? There's meditate outside, but we try to avoid meditating outside when possible. Just because Witcher 1. Played Witcher 1 a lot before playing Witcher 3. So. We just pick every single flower petal at 63. We picked 63 flower petals this set. Okay. We apparently stayed long enough to pick that medal. I've got a multiplier on here. So normally I think the maximum is 5 that you can get off of plants. It goes like 1 to 5 I think was to vanilla. I haven't seen what vanilla flower picking looks like in years. Not in my game anyways. Those people playing the game. But, I have a multiplier on it. So it's a mod that I made. So we end up all of a sudden with lots and lots of extra loot that you don't see in the vanilla game sometimes.
I intend to do no such thing ever. And I don't set my name to any orders just yet. I'm being groomed. Emily has an idea.
You
So he sent me
have.
and a flock of advisors for two purposes.
Yeah, that kind of was a problem in there, wasn't it? Randolph, no, don't like Avallach. The game doesn't really give you a reason to dislike Amir.
The elder blood can be final.
You'd be hard pressed to get through without somebody hating. I think, aren't we getting close to where we left our horse? I think we need to start watching for where we left our horse, because our horse is on the other side of the river, and we could end up going right past our horse if we weren't careful. I got focused on picking flowers and I wasn't checking, like, there's a building right there. Did we go past our horse? We might have gone past our horse.
See that?
We weren't that far away. That's why I was doing, just walk back, pick flowers. We picked buckthorn to get away from our horse. We'll just pick flowers on our way back to our horse. But I can see crow's perch. I know it wasn't that far away from crow's perch. Vanilla game, you shouldn't be able to see crow's perch from here usually. That's stuff. But I think that's not it, right? That's still the end of Crossroads, right? We're behind the end of Crossroads now, yes? Crow's Perch is over there. I just saw it. We're down the lows and can't see it anymore. So our horse is like just around that bend? Did we go around a loop twice? A bend twice? If so, we would need to get
Yes.
on the side. Okay, right. Let's look at a map. Okay. So there's a dock up ahead of us, and our horse is right across from it. So we just go to that dock and swim across. These purple flowers also aren't in the vanilla game. The purple flowers and the red flowers right there, both those aren't in the vanilla game. That is Kanji's grass mod. Ultra grass? No, I always call it Kanji's grass mod because I can't remember the name of it. It was grass mod made by Kanji. I think it's called ultra grass. If you go on KNG's profile on Nexus, just scroll down through his mod. He made 21 mods. He hasn't made a mod in a while. What happened to KNG? Kinger. Go to Nexus, look for Kinger. Everybody calls him KNG. The profile, the username is Kinger. Can we actually see our horse from here? Can I see our horse from here? Okay. Why is this plant not letting us pick it? I see plants up there. We can go. You know what? We should loot that house while we're over here. Go loot that. That house is right directly across from our horse. I can see that house from here, so we're almost to our horse. Our horse is there somewhere. I can't see the horse from here yet. Oh, okay. Would Avallach be able to walk around looking like an elf
Exquisite irony, but what can I do to deserve?
without his brooch on?
Have I given you cause to doubt my intentions?
Because the brooch is what held him in the elf form in the novels. He's a giant snake. He's a giant snake as in he's as big as an entire town. And he's not an elf. That's why the first, he's Uberaz, is that how you say it? Uberaz, the snake god? Oberaz. How did they pronounce it? When you go to Skellige, and the druids are all, you can't be here, Yennefer took the mask, let's all go yell at Yennefer. And they talk about the Mask of Uberaz, which we have. Where is that? We have it. We've already started that quest. That. Burrows. I don't know how you say it. I can't remember how they said it, but there it is. That word right there. That is Avallac's true form. He is that elder god. The giant snake that wraps around the earth and bites its tail and keeps the earth in orbit. That's him. That's who Geralt went to Skellige to talk to. The ancient unseen elder god all of a sudden showed up in Skellige again. The druids were all excited about it. And they went to talk to the giant snake, and the giant snake said, "Send for Geralt." They're all upset. They went and sent for Geralt. And they told Geralt, "Our giant snake over there, he wants to talk to you." And Geralt gets in there, and the only thing he finds, he goes into this cave, and it's supposedly this massive, this huge, gigantic cave, and it's supposedly this huge hole that this snake made going under the ground. And he goes in there, and the only thing he finds in there is an elf painting a picture of purple bison on the wall. And he starts talking to the elf, and he's like, a weird scene of Geralt sniffing the elf. While
What's
the
that
elf
got to
first
do with
species
anything?
at Geralt. And Avallac's yapping away like Avallach does because he never stops talking. And Geralt's not listening to it. You get a sentence of, said the elf, followed by Avallach, Geralt, the Witcher, calls him the Witcher. The Witcher sniffed the elf. Another sentence of, said the elf. Geralt moved to the other side and sniffed the elf again. It's this really weird scene. Why are we being told over and over again that Geralt is sniffing the elf? Why are you sniffing the elf? And then finally Geralt comes to the conclusion, you are not an elf. Avallach wears a really strong scented perfume, which you see it mentioned in the game. When you go to his house in Skellige and you see this lab set they're talking about. He wears perfume. A really strong perfume made out of verbena. But yeah, he's a snake. Have you ever smelt a snake? I have had pet snakes. You want a massive. I've had small snakes. Snakes have a really distinctive smell to them. There's no describing smelling like a snake. A snake smells like a snake. You're gotta know that, yeah, this is definitely a snake. You got a snake that is supposed to be something along 100 feet long, and it's cast an illusion on itself to make itself look like an elf. And all you could smell is this really strong smell of lemon verbena, which is one of the strongest perfumes you could put on you. In real life, that perfume really is strong. Very, very strong. I have some. I bought some for the Avallach cosplay because that was an integral part of his character. The fact that he has this really strong scent of lemon verbena. It's overpowering. You're gonna know when he walks in the room because he's wearing so damn much perfume. And they mention it in the game. They mention, oh look, he wears lemon verbena. Here it is. He even makes it. And it's pointed out in the novels, he's wearing this really strong perfume to mask the fact that he is not an elf, he is a snake. In the illusion of an elf. But he can't hide the fact that he still smells like a snake, even when he looks like an elf.
This way, Geralt.
Which is what Geralt comes to the conclusion. And you see this whole thing where Geralt's trying to figure out, is this a wraith? Is this a lich? Is it a day? What the hell is this thing? This is not an elf. But that's why he sniffed it, because Geralt is a witcher and he can tell what something is, like a dog. He can tell what something is by smelling it. So you get this weird scene that goes on for 7 pages while Avallach yap, and Geralt is spending the entire time not listening to what Avallach is saying, and instead telling the reader, he doesn't smell like this. He doesn't smell like that. He's not an elf. This is definitely a monster disguised as an elf. This is definitely a monster that is shape-shifted, but what the hell type of a monster is this? But we're told later, Oberon says it, which we lost Oberon back there somewhere, didn't we? Yeah, we lost Oberon back there somewhere. Oberon says it because Ciri starts to realize while she's living with Avallach that he's not like the other elves. He is really different from the other elves. And she starts asking Oberon. Avallach never lets Ciri out of his sight, ever. There are so few times. Once Avallach enters the picture, he is so insanely possessive of Ciri. She can't get more than a few inches away from him. He has a barrier that he keeps around himself, and she can't get out of it. Like a thing like Quen. It's not Quen, it's similar to Quen. And she can't get out of it. So if he gets up and walks away, she is forced to get up and walk with him. Because there's this barrier. And she describes it as being like a glass bubble. She can't see it. She doesn't know where it ends. And when she tries to run away from him, she slams into it and falls down. You see several scenes where she tries to run away from Avallach and she slams into this thing and falls over. He just stands there and laughs at her. Because he's put up this barrier. He's possessive of her in the novel. She cannot get more than a few feet away from him. So once he's there are very few scenes where you don't see Avallach and Ciri together. He lets her go off alone when Oberon's around. So she ends up, the only time she can get away from Avallach and talk to anybody without him there is when Oberon is there. So she starts asking Oberon, what the hell is he? I know he's not an elf. I can tell he's not an elf. This is not an elf. What is this thing? And Ciri has lived with the elves for 8 years at this point. You guys looking into it? She's lived with the elves for 8 years at this point, and she's figured out these people over here act like this, and then you have Avallach. He looks like an elf, but he's definitely not an elf. And Oberon is the one who tells Ciri this whole thing. Oh no, this is the ancient elder god. He's this massive snake. And hey, look, see all these snake statues we got all over our city? That's what he really looks like. And she points out, oh, those statues. He wears a brooch like that. And Oberon said, yeah, he can't take it off. That's what holds him in elf form. He's wearing a brooch. It describes it in a novel. The brooch, they give him a big brooch in the game, but it's not the same as the one in the novels. He's wearing this brooch that is a snake twined around itself. The way it describes it, it's like it's braided around itself and then biting its tail. It's shaped like in a figure 8, but braided and looped around, and it's just this continually looping around.
Few know of these gateways, even fewer.
According to Oberon, he can't take that thing off because if he does, he turns back into a snake. Wearing this brooch is what causes him to stay in the form of an elf. It's the thing that keeps his form, his physical form, contained. His physical form, which is supposedly the size of a planet. And there is a scene where Ciri does see what he looks like. What Ciri describes is this massive snake. She sees this huge desert and this massive snake that stretches on for miles across this huge desert. And she only sees it for a split second and then it disappears again. And she's like, oh my god, this is what Avallach actually looks like. He's this huge giant snake. But we are very specifically told he can't take this thing off. He's this huge creature, and wearing it compacts his form into the size of a little elf. Which, not exactly little, the NL elves are huge. Also, you need to meditate. You know, I need to get up and go to the bathroom. So, stop the game. See if I can come right back. Because that's been an issue. When I have to get up and go to the bathroom, it's so hard for me to get up, go to the bathroom, come back,
Pay your last respects to your friend.
and continue the game.
Then we must hold council.
My lungs. It's the problem of my lungs. If I'm sitting here not moving, I'm just sitting here talking, I'm okay. But the act of getting up and walking to the bathroom's right there. It's only 6 feet away. And I'm literally only taking 4 or 5 steps. And by the time I've done so, I am so out of breath. I can't continue. So, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to put an intermission on. Do I have, where are the intermissions? I didn't change them, right? Oh, it's been so long since we've done a live stream, and this is not live, this is pre-recorded. Do we have, we must have autosaves. We have an autosave. We have autosaves in this village. No, we don't. Well, if we have to go to an autosave, we'll just come back to this village again. Because this village is where we need to be. There's a dock right at the front of this village. We need to go off that dock. Our horse is over there. And I was just noticing, that's also, I was talking too much to point out, but look at the texture file
Then there'll be nothing
on the bed.
He hasn't ever had a problem changing.
And is it a whole new 3D model for the bed frame too? There's a new texture file on that bed. That is definitely a new texture file. But I'm thinking it might be a whole new 3D model. I can't remember. Did the beds with a frame on them look like that shape in the vanilla game? We would have to take the mod off and then look at this bed and see how much it changed.
It's simple, which does not mean it will be easy to answer.
Also, look at the wood grain on the wall while we're looking at the texture files. Again, same mod. It's DHD graphics mod. Okay. Let's stop and save again. That gives us 2 save files. Oh, it just did an autosave? While I was talking, I didn't notice it. Okay, it gave us an autosave in the building. Well, that was nice of it. I usually notice when the autosaves go off, and I didn't notice it. Okay. So let's close the game completely. Close game. Yes. Yes, intermission, right there. I do have an intermission. I was thinking I still had it set up. I didn't change it. These are all the games that I play on a regular basis. That's why they're here. I don't stream any of them. I should. We do stream Subnautica. When I play Subnautica, I stream Subnautica. Once in a while, I stream Don't Starve, but my channel, before I started playing Witcher 3, used to be almost exclusively Don't Starve. That's the game I used to play all the time. I just get bored with it. I'm not so bored with it that I stopped playing it completely, but I got bored with streaming it. That's the game that gave me all the views. People always ask, you used to get hundreds of views. Yeah, I did. Witcher is not a game that's going to give you many views. And Witcher is going to give you views only with certain quests. Like the Battle of Kaer Morhen. If you put in your title that you're doing the Battle of Kaer Morhen, is it Battle for Kaer Morhen's name and title? I think it's 4. Let me see. But if you put that title in your quest, that quest in your title, you'll get a lot of views. And if you put Final Boss Fight Eridan in the title, you'll get a lot of views. Yennefer Romance Quest, Skellige, Unicorn, or Yennefer Romance Quest, Kaer Morhen. You put either of those titles, those quests in your titles, or Triss Romance Lighthouse Quest. Any of those quests, you put them in your title, you're going to get an insane amount of views. You'll have 300, 400 views all at once. That many, you will have that many viewers all at once. But then any other quest in the game, you'll get somewhere between 2, maybe 30 at the most. Most of this game is not of any interest to most people, and is are we having an issue with my monitor? I was noticing the last stream when I got done, when I went back to make screenshots, they seemed really dark in comparison to what they used to be. And I was thinking, did I accidentally change the reshade? And I looked, no, it's still the right reshade. But no, it looks like the monitor itself here is darker than it should be. You know what? Rascal likes to poke things. I have seen him poke at the little buttons and lights and stuff before. I bet he poked the buttons and changed the brightness. It looks like the brightness that put darker. Oh, I don't even remember which button is the brightness, because it doesn't say. You know what? This is warm and it's not open. I should switch it to one that's in the fridge. Look it up in a minute. Is it this one? Now brightness is up to 90, it says. Wow. Is my monitor dying? How old is this monitor? I've had this one a long time. Well, I know, I get so sidetracked, and I've become extremely sidetracked now. I think, since this has taken so long, I'm going to just stop here. And I have been not talking for what, like 20 minutes? I've been just doing this for the past 20 minutes. Alright, I think I'll stop this here. And that whole section where I wasn't talking because that was refusing to log in and everything was messed up, I'm just going to cut that all out and I'll start a new episode when I come back because I gotta go to the bathroom. So, see if I can fix that when I've got to. And when this gets uploaded, there'll be a big section missing. It'll be like 20 minutes from where everything happened, and I was just sitting here staring at this, clicking buttons, and not talking to you guys. So, I should be back with another episode in a few minutes. Half hour or so, maybe? I don't know. See how long it takes me to fix that.